Greetings and salutations. How's it going, everybody? It's the next episode of Virtual Reality in VR. Oh, that feels better. I'm feeling a lot better. Recovering from COVID last week, of course. We had a little bit of a shorter show. Some of the things I wanted to talk about, I didn't want to talk about and everything because I was so exhausted. Anyways, you don't want to hear about that. You want to hear about virtual reality. How's it going? My name is Danthol. This is a show mostly about the MetaQuest and the experiences and games on it. This week, we're talking about Powerwash Simulator VR. And this is a gnome from Powerwash Simulator VR. I talked about it a little bit last episode, but since then I've completed the game. Over here, if you look, you'll see some footage of me playing the game. You can see, if you don't want spoiler alerts, you can look away because there's some of the last level in there. It's really cool. If you haven't played Powerwash Simulator, highly suggest it. Soon they should be having some Quest 3 enhancements for it, so it'll be even better. Had a ton of fun playing this. What's interesting about playing a game that you've experienced like in a flat experience and then go and play it in VR. First off, when I started playing Powerwash, when it was on Xbox Game Pass, I was like, oh, this will be so much better in VR. The whole time I was playing it, I'm like, I hope this comes out for VR eventually. I really do. And it did, and it's really great. One thing that's kind of funny about it is when you're playing with a controller, you're washing and everything, and you can jump around and get on top of things and pick things up and move it around and get through the game that way. There was one time I was playing Powerwash Simulator VR. You can see in the video over here where I'm trying to wash the drill. And normally you can go and pick up like the ladder, where you can pick up the stool and you can move the stool and get on top of it and everything, because I got so used to playing with the controllers and moving what they call, slide motion, couldn't figure it out, and I had to like cheat on the level by sticking my head inside of the level and doing the power washing. I figured out afterwards there's a good teleportation mode on it. I don't know. I could talk about Powerwash Simulator VR forever. At the end of the episode, you'll get to see some footage of me playing. I'm at the mini golf course, the putt-putt course, and I'm watching the dragon. But now I have some better ways to capture footage of in-game footage. So at the end of the video, you'll get to see some 3D video of what it's like to play Powerwash Simulator VR. Also this week, I played NFL Pro Era, which was another game that came out for MetaQuest Plus, so I figured I'd give it a try. I'm not really the biggest football fan. Like, I never watch football on TV. I'm a gamer at heart. And, sports, football, baseball, basketball, I don't really care. Give me Mario and Zelda and Master Chief. Those are the kind of things that I'm into. Anyways, played some NFL Pro Era. Played the training portion where they teach you how to be a quarterback in VR. And a lot of it's just, you look at your hand, your wrist, and you get the play that it has. And you look at the guy, and you get the ball, and you throw the ball, and it launches to them in a relatively unnatural way. It's like, wow, that was a really powerful pass. That was very accurate. And he jumped to get that ball, and it was like perfect. I'm like, okay. It's a football experience. They've had other football experiences in VR already. I think they called it 2MD Football was one of the first ones. Came out on the PSVR and the Quest 1 and 2. And this is the first time they've had like the NFL teams and everything that are in there. I don't know. It felt really Spartan in the way, if that's the right word to use for it. The graphics were crisp and clear, but the characters, all of the other football players just had like a stone face, just no real expression or anything like that. The way they moved seemed very unnatural. I had the most fun playing this game, being in the huddles and kind of getting up in the other guy's face and, slapping them around, doing all the inappropriate stuff in VR that you can't do in real life. Every time I play some sports game, I end up doing something inappropriate with the players that are in there. That's just the nature. You have the opportunity to get up close and personal and slap them around and throw them hip thrusts and all that fun stuff. But I played a whole game of what do they call it? When it starts with letter E. Exhibition. There we go. I'm still a little bit loopy. Played an exhibition game and lost because I kind of just lost track of what was going on. You're only playing the role of the quarterback, and you don't get to play any other roles. You have to sit on the sidelines and simulate the game, and it plays. It was neat to be able to feel the experience of what it's like to stand on the sidelines watching a football game. And you turn around and look at like the fans, and the fans are cardboard cutouts kind of moving and doing their thing. I don't know. I think it'll be nice when we get a really powerful VR headset that can really do a football game or a basketball game or a baseball game proper. Eventually it'll happen, but right now it's not the greatest stuff. Last, before we get into the video of Powerwash Simulator in 3D, it's really cool. I'm looking forward to showing you this. Now that I can capture videos and display them and show you to them in the show, I think it's going to really be cool stuff. Anyways, I wanted to talk about MetaQuest Plus, which is this program that you pay $7.99 a month, and you get 2 games every month that you get to keep so long as you're subscribed to MetaQuest Plus. One thing that I noticed of course, when you buy the 512 gigabyte Quest 3, you get a 6-month subscription to it to get started off with. And I was looking at forums and kind of seeing how people taking the temperature of the internet to see what they're thinking about the MetaQuest Plus. People that have the voucher are saying they're holding off. They're waiting to redeem it because every month that, the 2 months that it's come out, you had, we'll go through the list. They're like, these games don't interest me. There's no point in even starting my free trial. I did the free trial and I got the games, and I don't know if I'm going to stay subscribed. It seems really not great as a value for $7.99. I think it would be better if they did like some $12.99 package, give you more games, include like a Supernatural subscription, include something else, and make it to where it is a value every single month. But it started off in July with Pistol Whip and Pixel Ripped 1995. 2 great games. Solid start on there. Pistol Whip is a game you're going around shooting, you're dodging. Everybody says you feel like John Wick, and it even has Keanu Reeves doing a voice in one of the stories. And the stories are really neat, the way they tell the stories and everything with the gameplay. So it's gun rhythm gameplay. Pixel Rip is it's a nostalgic trip back to 1995 and playing video games, but the video, you kind of go into the video game. The video game is tied to your reality. So when you're playing the game, you're, having to sneak and play the game under your sheets, and your mom doesn't know you're playing, or you have to play the game at like a video rental store. It's been a while since I've played it on the PSVR, but definitely a great game, great start. Next month, in August, they had Walkabout Mini Golf and Mother Gunship Forge. Mother Gunship Forge is the, kind of a wave shooter roguelike. You build your guns out the way that you want. You end up with these crazy guns to, mitigate whatever things are coming at you. Of course, Walkabout Mini Golf is the mini golf course simulator, very social. A lot of people love it. Another solid game, but both of these are kind of, the Walkabout Mini Golf is $14.99. Mothership Gunforge, I believe, is $19.99. So paying $8 for both of those for a month. If you got to keep both of those, maybe, but it doesn't seem like a good deal for a monthly kind of thing. September, they had Red Matter and Fisherman's Tale. Red Matter 2 is out right now and is enhanced for the Quest 3. They're talking about it. So it seems like some of these games are kind of the older stuff. I don't know. I feel like if they, like Game Pass and other things, have really big launch titles that come out on it, I feel like Asgard's Wrath 2 would be something that would make sense to have on there, to have other bigger titles that feels like a good value. And then Fisherman's Tale is, a puzzle game. I haven't played it. I didn't pick it up when it came out in the Game Pass or MetaQuest Plus subscription. These things all have their own names and they get confusing. But some people really like Fisherman's Tale. And then in October, that's when I started my trial up. Little Cities, great game. enjoyed it. It seems like something once, maybe has some replayability to it. I don't know about that. And then Onward. And Onward is the kind of hardcore first-person squad shooter. And it seems like a little bit more than I'm ready to kind of get into. I like Overwatch. I like Halo. I like things like that. These kind of games, these tactical VR, very physical. I don't know if they're really for me. And then in November, they had NFL Pro Era, which Pro Era 2 just came out. It'd make more sense to put 2 on there. Put the big titles. Make it feel like, you're getting a good value. Instead of buying the game, you just subscribe to this service. And then Angry Birds Isle of Pigs, also an older game. Also something that has, DLC that you can add on and do later. Angry Birds is fine, but it just doesn't feel like it has a punch. I'm really hoping that December brings us some solid MetaQuest Plus titles. Just to really draw in that crowd for Christmas. They see in December, hey, if you get this, you get these games with your headset, with your free subscription for 6 months. And everybody's like, oh, they're huge games. If not, Asgard's Wrath is, big enough already as Asgard's Wrath 2. Another game with ass in it. There's a lot of ass games out there. Speaking of which, next week is going to be Assassin's Creed Nexus. I'm very excited. That comes out on the 16th, which is just a couple days from the recording of this. We're recording on the 14th. So I'm looking forward to getting some early reviews on that game and showing some footage and everything. Definitely, one of my second most anticipated games of the Quest 3 in 2023. And then, of course, December, Asgard's Wrath. So much ass. Anyways, enjoy this video of Powerwash Simulator VR at the Putt-Putt Washing the Dragon. Have a good one.